Running has seen many different shoe trends over the years, from the ultra minimal barefoot style to the max stack mega cushion shoes that we see so much today. In a world where these max cushion shoes dominate, finding a low stack lightweight racing shoe really does feel like stepping back in time. But in steps the Adios 9, which is really hoping to buck that trend, offering an old school racing flat experience brought up to date with some super modern foams. I hear increasing amounts of people getting very frustrated with this max stack trend and desperately want something that's got a lot more ground contact feel, a lot more traditional. Well, is the Adios 9 gonna be that answer? Let's get stuck into this review and find out. Right, starting out, let's go through the differences between this and the outgoing model version 8. The version 9 is now 14% lighter. It's an incredibly lightweight shoe. There is now a slight difference in the stack and the drop. The new version is 27mm stack with a 7mm drop. The outgoing model was a 29mm stack with a 9mm drop overall. We've also now got a full length of Adidas's Light Strike Pro foam. The outgoing model had Light Strike Pro at the forefoot and then Light Strike 2.0 at the heel. We now have a slightly different upper construction as well, which is so much more comfortable. Very, very similar, if not identical, to the Adios Pro for their full-on sort of marathon, half marathon race shoe. But most importantly, they kept the price the same, so thanks very much for that. Right, let's get stuck into the facts and figures. The purpose of the Adios version 9 is your low stack racing speed session shoe up to around about 10k race distance. So 3ks, 5ks, 10ks, that's where this shoe is shining, and then training for that sort of distance as well. It's ultra light with that old fashioned racing flat kind of feel. Very, very similar to Nike's Streakfly. Price wise, this shoe sent me back £120 buying it here in the UK. As always, I bought the shoe 100% with my own money to get a completely honest, impartial review, and we can do that thanks to everyone that checks out my website benparks.com. We've got awesome running hats, training plans, amazing technical gear that you can use on your runs when you're out there getting it done as well. Feel free to use code YouTube10 and check out all the amazing 5-star reviews from people using our plans and gear all around the world. Thank you so much, guys. As we just said in the differences, we now have a stack height of 27mm at the back of the shoe, 7mm drop overall. Weight wise, this is coming in for me and my UK size 12 at just 210 grams. Incredibly lightweight shoe. This is a neutral shoe. With the upper of the shoe, we've got this stretch mesh upper with Adidas's new Light Lock, which is just helping give you a really nice solid lockdown, and it works fantastically well. Midsole, the all important midsole, we've now got this full length of Light Strike Pro cushioning. There's no plates or rods in this shoe. As you see here, you can sort of bend it. There's not that stiffness. All the propulsion is coming from this lovely Light Strike Pro foam. Outsole wise, we've got this light traction outsole and then just a little bit at the front there of the Continental rubber. This new outsole is made of this like polyurethane, which is super grippy, and so far it's lasting really well as well. There's no different widths available, and the sizing for me was true to size. Right, let's get stuck into the likes. My first like with this shoe, as I've just said in the stats there, it is supremely lightweight. It just makes you feel confident and it makes you feel fast, because the turnover you can get with this shoe to really sort of get your cadence up is quite magical. And you also get an amazing turn of speed as well, given just how lightweight these shoes are, and this lovely Light Strike Pro foam. If you're coming out a corner, just a bit of a change of direction, getting back up to full pace, it really does deliver well. Second like with a shoe, just supremely comfortable. It really gives that slipper-like feel. You feel you could just walk around the house in the evening with something like this on. So comfortable. The Light Lock works really well, as it does in the Pro 4 as well. The gusseted tongue in the shoe just giving no issues. Really solid lockdown. One of the most comfortable shoes I've ever run in, without a doubt. Again, very similar to the Pro 4 because of the similarities with the uppers here between the two shoes. My third like with the shoe, just enjoying the amount of feedback and the amount of proprioception I'm getting with this shoe, because you can feel the ground at all different speeds as well. So whether you're just jogging, you're going up to a more steady pace, you're doing some 5k reps or 10k pace reps, you just feel really engaged with the ground and not disconnected to it, which you will feel with some of the max stack shoes out there. And it's just really good to see products like this coming to the market as well. Well, again, with so many of these max stack shoes out there. It's really nice to see Adidas delivering a really traditional product, but then tweaking it with these foams just to bring it up to date. Fourth like with the shoe, just really good quality. It feels really well made with some premium materials, and I think it looks pretty damn good as well. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And my fifth like with the shoe, just really good value I think this is offering. For £25 cheaper than the Street Fly, you're really not going to break the bank too much with this shoe at £120. Moving on to my dislikes, because as we always say on the channel, it's not all about the likes. We're going to bring you those dislikes as well. The first one being, this has got a bit of a narrow toe box at the forefoot here, so it's not really going to be suitable for those wider footed runners out there. Second dislike, again, these are more sort of observations and things, so don't shout me down too much, but maybe this shoe does have quite a niche use here in 2025. A lot of people will prefer the higher stack shoes. Something like the Evo SL, for example, which is similar-ish to this, but with much more foam. Adidas say this shoe can be used for up to a half marathon distance. I would really say this for me is more of a 5K and 10K type shoe. I really feel like if you're gonna be running a half marathon distance, you're going for a pretty elite runner out there with some super strength, or maybe someone that is a little bit more on the lighter side as well. You potentially get away with it, but I really would say 5K and 10K only. My third dislike with this one, like a lot of Adidas shoes at the moment, the laces really are quite cheap. You might want to switch these out for something a little bit better quality so they don't snap or stretch. I just don't feel they're going to last very long at all. But the rest of the shoe is actually built surprisingly well, but the cheap laces, Adidas really could improve that amongst all of their running shoes at the moment. So is this shoe recommended? Well, yes, definitely. It's a really great shoe. I've really enjoyed running in it. You've just got to make sure you're happy building a rotation around the shoe. This is definitely not one shoe to do it all. There's going to be some much better easy run and long run options. But if you fall into that niche of wanting something like this, then I really feel that this is the best option on the market at the moment. So who should buy a shoe like this? Anyone just looking for a very simple shoe for their speed sessions, and they don't want that assisted feel from a rod or plates, or someone just looking for that lightweight racer for those shorter distances, those 5Ks and 10Ks, again, without rods and plates. Not everybody wants this, not everybody likes that sort of feeling. And again, the third sort of person, just someone that wants that more traditional feel with some good ground feeling throughout the shoe as well, but just tweaked with those modern foams just to make it a little bit more responsive, a little bit more plush, so it's not going to be super slappy and you're not going to bash your legs up too much. So if you're torn between this and say something like the Takumi Sen, then this is going to be a little bit more versatile and much more comfortable at all different speeds. You could happily jog around in this shoe, or you could take it up to your all-out stride sort of rep paces as well. The Takumi is probably a bit more of a race day and key workout type shoe, and you've also got the addition of those rods in that shoe as well, so it's much stiffer and really not the kind of shoe you're going to be sort of jogging around in. If you're comparing it to the Evo SL, the decision really is how much cushion and ground feel do you want. You can certainly run longer in the Evo SL because you've got that extra cushion in the shoe, but the downside of that, it's slightly heavier and doesn't have that high cadence, that high turnover that you're going to get with something like the Adios. Personally, I've really enjoyed running it. All in all, it's a really good package. I'm really keen to hear your thoughts down in the comments. Are you a fan of the Max Stack shoes, or would you like to see more of this type of shoe? Some other brands coming out with this type of shoe in the future? Let me know. Coming up next, we've got the Pro 4 review up here, perfect for those marathons and half marathons. Or if you want to see our full Adidas lineup, then check out that video down there. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. Keep on working hard. Keep on it done. We'll see you very soon in the next one.